The event. Background to the event. Or history of the event. Earth and the inhabitants have been in a type of imprisonment and planetary quarantine since the times of Atlantis. At that time the planet was secretly invaded as a hostile force manipulated the planet into an advanced forms of warfare that almost destroyed the planet. The light forces withdrew from the battle in order to save the planet from becoming another asteroid belt. They promised to return to achieve victory and to liberate the peoples of Earth from the hostile force. It does sound like a fantasy, but it is not. We do not want to go into great detail on this subject, but the fact remains we of Earth are not alone, we never have been alone, and we never will be alone. This universe is teeming with intelligent sentient life. Furthermore, our planet has been experiencing ongoing interactions with ET races since time immemorial. This must be understood to truly grasp what is taking place at this time on our planet. Without going into metaphysical details that are unimportant to the event, we must realize that life is sacred and a beautiful gift that must be respected. Unfortunately, some beings have not been able to manifest this realization, and they have been the cause for much of the universal discord, fear, anxiety and destruction on our world. The world's societies and political and financial structures that have been corrupted by forces of greed, lust for power, hostile intent, and malicious manipulation are being orchestrated by very sophisticated beings, principalities, and powers. Most of these forces are unknown and unseen by the world at large. They are so far advanced technologically and they have hidden themselves so well that understanding what has been the real situation is nearly impossible for the average individual to discern. We have been easily manipulated, and the nature of the dastardly plans includes genocide and destruction of life upon our world. Imagine someone with a master's degree in child psychology manipulating an innocent child of 4, and you will have some idea of the cunning nature of these selfish individuals. These reprehensible beings have exercised their will against the very fabric of light and life for long enough. Now, they need to be arrested and stopped. The center of creation itself has decreed that they must be removed from positions of influence to receive healing and to understand the deep consequences of their actions so that the suffering of life on our world can come to an end. Just as we have criminals who make hostile takeovers on turf wars on Earth, the same thing has happened on a planetary level throughout the history of our galaxy. Our planet was involved in an invasion many thousands of years ago. The result has been ongoing genetic manipulation, implantation technologies and mind control via a very sophisticated technology of which we have been unaware. We have been controlled and manipulated by what some call the dark side. Most people have relegated these advanced manipulations that are the cause of myth and many of the more convoluted histories to fantasy. There are different levels to this hostile force, but on Earth their agents could be called the Cabal. We have always been responsible for our actions, but the influence to distort our consciousness has been a formidable foe. In fact, this negative mental virus dominates most of the world. We are now at the crossroads and an end must come to this tyranny and the attempt to enslave our planet. To make things simple, we will not designate the Cabal as ET or human. They are simply selfish criminals guilty of crimes against humanity. This site has provided numerous links to other sources to provide ample evidence for these indictments of genocide, genetic manipulation, murder, theft, racketeering, treason, mind control, genocide, genetic altering, poisoning of water, air, food, to name a few. The list is too long and too depressing to detail here, but we have links. This will come as a shock to many, but there are members of the world's military and intelligence agencies that have been involved in ongoing interactions with ET races for over 60 years. These ET interactions are not limited to governmental agencies. In fact, the open-minded elite intelligentsia of the world's science technological vocations have been physically contacted or communicated with as well. Many of these interactions have been very benevolent, positive and even highly spiritual in nature. There are many members of regular civilian population and society who also have been having informational exchanges of varying degrees with our brothers and sisters or space family. Unfortunately, not all contacts have been of a positive nature, and this has led to much confusion. This confusion must end. To ensure the planetary liberation process, the benevolent forces of ET races have been making plans with various elite corps of Earth-based military and law enforcement personnel to ensure the joint action of arrest of these criminal conspirators. These plans are quite detailed, and they have made every allowance for every contingency to ensure non-violent arrests and total victory. The plan of action has been to amass enough evidence to arrest these criminals. The evidence has been in hand for decades, but these criminals are in control of the world's media and military forces, as well as the financial institutions and many other key aspects of our societal structure as well. These individuals and their secret societies are deeply involved in the politics and literally control the world's view by manipulation. The arrests of these individuals has been a long, slow and arduous task, and the world's peoples owe a great debt to the brave individuals who have had to remain hidden to see that justice is restored to our planet. There are very wise beings and spiritual forces who have been promising for a very long time that the curtain will come down on the travesty which is the tyrannical exploitation of an entire planet and all of its life streams. This promise is soon to be realized, as ET races will soon coordinate the plan for the liberation of our world. The Agarthan network, the RM and the Earth-based ground crew populace will also be very involved in these physical arrests. Unbeknownst to many, there have been major battles inside the Earth's crust caverns and in outer space as well. This has been kept secret for various reasons, and both sides have their reasons for keeping this under wraps. The time for secrecy is over, and the truth must be revealed. There are advanced technologies which can influence and control human emotions and feelings in a powerful way. These have been and are being used against the average unaware human to his detriment. We Earth humans as it now stands are not capable of overcoming these technologies at our current level of development, and therefore we are being aided by benevolent forces who can match and neutralize these advanced technologies all at once. Before the actual arrests can take place, various elements of the electronic fence and implant matrix which manipulates the human consciousness field must be brought down. This aspect of the preparations is currently in progress and must be completed before the final enforcement actions are enacted. This will take time, and no man nor angel knows the hour it will happen when it happens, and most likely will come like a thief in the night. We have prepared for change, have great faith that what is known as the compression breakthrough will occur in the not-too-distant future. However, patience is key to remaining stable as we prepare to be of service to our fellow man, who for the most part will have no idea exactly what is taking place. This general apathy and drowsy malaise which is firmly embedded in the human population is now being dispelled by awake and aware individuals who are stepping into their truth and declaring their support for the light forces. This is the purpose of this website, to awaken people to the imminent changes so they are not caught unaware. The more people who know what is transpiring and are active in supporting the event in a peaceful way, the better off the planet will be. The smoother the transition, the quicker we can partake in greater revelations. One of the main plans for the event to be successful is to disable the central banking system, which is the root of the manipulation and control system on planet Earth. There have been tests in this vital aspect of the event's implementation, and they have been successful. It is unfortunate but necessary that the world's population will be somewhat disrupted by the closing of the world's banking system, but this is necessary to cripple the criminals to ensure they cannot continue to wreak havoc at the time of the event. The ET forces have very advanced technologies, and they will act as the eyes and ears for the world's police forces during the actual arrests. This will ensure a minimal amount of violence takes place and ensure the safety of the police forces. All in all, thousands of years of preparation have been involved in making the way for this planetary liberation process, and it is important that you who read these words know and respect the wisdom behind the patience to ensure our success. The delays are necessary as this is a fluid model of interaction and the human element comes into play. Rest assured, all haste is being made to end the suffering artificially created on our planet. Research the links here on this website if you doubt the criminal activity. Research the mountains of evidence of extraterrestrial life. Do not look for evidence in your mafia-controlled mainstream media, as this is controlled by the puppet masters and is designed to confuse and mislead you. Make no mistakes where you stand. We cannot serve ignorance, superstition and fear any longer. The whole truth is here and it is setting us free, but we must take its hand. The event is a righteous and just cause and will take place as planned. Please be prepared and think about the information we have shared here and see if there are any other suggestions you might have to prepare for this momentous period. What can you do before the event? We are about to enjoy both a non-violent liberation of the planet along with a bright and beautiful future for all of humanity. Since we do not know the exact day, month, or year of the event, it would be wise to follow a few simple rules of precaution. Keep an extra 2 weeks of food and water on hand starting now. Make sure you and your loved ones have an up-to-date supply of any medicines that might be required. Keep extra cash hidden away at your home. Gas up your vehicle when the tank is 1/2 empty. Stay in touch with this website for updates. Educate yourself, friends and family members. Get together in groups each Sunday and do the planetary liberation meditation and focus on bringing in the divine goddess energy. Info on 2012portal.blogspot.com. Be sure to remain calm and centered and to encourage others to do the same. They will be looking for answers and you will be able to help them, so study and prepare yourself to be of service. What is the event? The event will be a moment of breakthrough for the planet, which will be physical and non-physical planes. On the non-physical plane, there will be a big wave or flash of divine energy and light coming from the galactic central sun, which is called Elohi in the Pleiadian language, going towards the surface of the planet. It will be a flash or special kind of light from the sun that permeates the earth and humanity. It will calm humanity in the light of love energy and end-duality. It's a magnificent energy not seen or felt before on earth. Everyone on earth will feel and know something has happened. It will be a surprise as to when it will happen, even for us. It's never happened before. It may be a major shock to some, but for those who are aware of the event, it will be recognized as positive change whose time has come. This divine flash will trigger spiritual forces, extraterrestrials, Agarthan network peoples and the Planet X and Earth-based resistance movement to begin to put long-awaited plans into action. These plans are the enforcement of what is known as the Galactic Codex, Galactic Codex. Motherships will move into the Earth's atmosphere invisibly to raise the vibrations of the Earth's atmosphere and to help the populace acclimatize their consciousness fields as the electronic fence matrix is brought down once and for all time. They will not reveal or announce themselves publicly for quite some time, although there will be increased physical sightings to prepare the world to accept their presence. On the physical plane there will be, the Earth's military and police forces will move into action to ensure there is no rioting and to safeguard vital infrastructure from false flag cabal attacks designed to create panic and fear-based reactions. The arrest of the cabal members who have led the way will be the most significant part of the event. The reset of the financial systems, the entire central banking system and all banks' computers will be shut down and will not be able to be bought online, so all banks will close until further notice. The main media stations will be taken over by civil authorities who will remove censors and cabal-based programs and agendas. Disclosure: the release of secret documents and events including ET information will begin sometime after the actual event. Many of the world mysteries will be revealed: who killed Kennedy, CIA drug dealing, the forces behind all the world wars, ongoing depopulation agendas, HARP, vaccinations, secret space program, mind control, financial crimes and many things that will shock many people. The beginning of a new fair financial system with prosperity funds and worldwide trusts for healing the planet will eventually be implemented. New government, political system, education system, healthcare system, history lessons, etc. Awakening of humanity slowly and gradually to the existence of positive non-terrestrial races and our galactic connections. Introduction of new advanced technology. The techniques for spiritual growth will be shared as we learn who we are, where we come from. We will discern our unique purpose and our life's path will reveal itself to us individually. There will be artifacts brought forward from ancient repositories revealing the truth of man interaction with ETs in our recent history. We will understand our cosmic heritage. Ancient sites will unearth spaceships from our past, and we will have physical proof of ancient technologies. There will be a host of advanced healing technologies released which have been suppressed to keep the Cabal rich and you in suffering. Eventually the present medical system will alter radically in the light of more advanced forms of treatment. Free energy devices will be available for your home and car, and an end to fossil fuels and other toxic technologies. Eventually public trials to expose what has been going on to ensure a mass catharsis of healing and eventual forgiveness. Criminals will get desperately needed healing and counseling for their distorted minds. Keep in mind the details that are given here are most likely not an exact description of everything that may happen. However, these are the basic plans, as it is understood at this time. It is indicated that certain aspects of this plan will be enacted. Human free will plays a central part in this process, and the enactment of the plans will be a fluid model that may change hourly to be determined by the progress we make during the event. This event is not intended to be an Earth-type revolution where there are risks taken to innocent people's lives. It is for this reason that we are called to service to ensure peaceful transition. This massive action demands the type of precision that only the Godhead herself can decide upon. It is time now for everyone on this planet to understand that this future coming changes are not in the hands of some mad people who might make wrong decisions that might lead to bloodshed. The coming event will not be a bloody revolution. The event itself is a lawful enforcement of existing planetary laws. Furthermore, this is also an enforcement of the Galactic Codex. On the day of the event, the entire world will be informed that there is now peace on Earth, and a return to freedom for the peoples of Earth. We will all need to remain calm and to support this transition process to a non-violent and peaceful society. We will need all the help we can get from people all over the world to ensure our success. The world's current political leadership most likely knows nothing about the intended changes at this time. Very few of the world's major political criminals and players will still be in positions of influence after the event. So we must realize the real changes will come from concerned citizens like us who are committed to finding solutions. After finding answers to the world's problems, we must follow up with actions to manifest the changes in the new society. Be aware, the changes that will come will be fast and powerful. Though much of the long-range plans will be implemented gradually, many things, such as the media stations, will be liberated immediately. This will smooth things over and calm people around the world. For the most part, white-hat civil authorities will be given prepared and responsible guidance to leadership, and this applies also to the general population. This will be through existing forms of media. Newspapers, television, radio, and some websites will be the most effective and comprehensive source of knowledge about what is transpiring. We must support and reinforce these peaceful directives as firmly and as confidently as possible. Rest assured, the people are generally peaceful and well-intentioned. Keep in mind the reasons for the event will not be known by 90% of the world's people. Nor will they have any idea what is transpiring or why. Emergency broadcast the television will reveal the truth to them over time, because the forces of light will control the satellites and the communication systems. The few media moguls who secretly own all of the world major media and are in charge of systematic mind control, such as Murdoch, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, will either be arrested or rendered impotent. Their censors will be removed, as civil authorities will be directed to ensure the dissemination of truth from the time of the event until forevermore. The Cabal-controlled, script-reading, MKUltra victims, also known as talking heads, will be replaced by responsible reporters. The satellites will be in control of the resistance movement and other supporting forces. The media will give us an honest, detailed report of what is going very soon after the arrest process begins. This will hopefully calm the populace and ensure people are getting the information necessary to help them and their families. After the event, the actual arrests of Cabal members is intended to take no more than 72 hours on worldwide action and enforcement sweep. However, the human element will come into play and the initial arrests may take longer. Still, the entire process is expected to last no more than 2 weeks. There may be ongoing arrests of smaller fish in the months that follow. During this 2-week time period the banks will have been closed. Hopefully at this time the media will have been releasing massive amounts of evidence of the far-ranging criminal actions promulgated by those major players, both known and unknown to the public eye. This will be a relief for many and riveting news for all. Overall this be a strong cause and impetus for change. What will come next is up to humanity as a whole. How fast and how well humanity adapts to the revelations on the world stage in regards to the arrests of these criminals will determine the next stage of our planet's growth. There will most certainly be a process of denial, shock and anger over what has been going on. Acts of revenge and violence or acting out will not be tolerated. We hope our group will be instrumental in educating the populace and preventing fear-based reactions and hostile actions by those in their communities. Victory of the Light. Rob Potter, prepareforchange.net